what stands out about Vanderbilt?
I'd say probably the biggest thing is their maturity. A lot of older players, seniors, fifth years, experience, an ACC, or sorry, not an ACC. They've never won the ACC before, but an SEC championship in a couple of those older players' first year. And then I'd say kind of 1 through 10, good starting lineup. Organized, they don't give up many goals. I think they've given up 12 goals in about 20 games or so. So stingy, very good defending, good goalkeeping, and then good possession. They like to keep the ball. You got kids up top that can hold the ball up. They got players in the wide area that can run in behind. So pretty overall solid, talented, experienced team.
Tactically, I know that their formation kind of aligns with what you guys play. And when you mentioned they want to retain possession, how important is it to be disciplined in the press, especially when they're trying to find those avenues out wide?
Yeah, I think we now have a decent amount of experience playing against the 3-5-2. If that's what they choose to stay in, between Notre Dame and then Carolina and then half of the Wake game. So I think our team is getting more comfortable playing against it. And in a lot of ways, it's almost mano a mano, however it's supposed to go. But I think we've done pretty well with it. Our back line has managed the front two pretty well. These guys will create another big challenge for our 3 center backs. Their front two, 3v3 in the center or midfield. And then they have 3 very good backs, a junior, and then 2 grad transfers in their back line. So we're going to need to put pressure on them and make them uncomfortable. And half of our pressure is pressing them when they have the ball, and half of our pressure is in our attack and making them uncomfortable and making their back 5 uncomfortable. There are 2 defensive center midfielders are very good soccer players. One is Abby Brighton, who I tried to recruit when I was at Tennessee, and she's very intelligent, very good on the ball, likes to get on the ball, and as much as we can limit them from kind of being playmakers and play starters for them, that's going to help us out.
Coach, I know your full focus has to be on winning this game against Vanderbilt, but the schedule is a little bit compacted. I think this is the first time you'd have to play on 2 days rest.
First time this year, and did it last year one time, and that's it. It's a once a year. If teams are lucky, they get to do it once a year.
Does that change anything that you're going to do with your substitution patterns? I mean, I know you have to win this game or else it doesn't matter, but does that change anything as far as, do you think ahead a little bit on that?
We've been staying pretty consistent with our substitution patterns. I think, and I said this to a couple players at the ACC tournament, that I think I tightened up a little bit in that Wake game and rode Jordan a little bit too long, and I told her that. So I think we want to go with our, continued, obviously things have changed since we lost Ron, but similar to what we did the other day, rotate our forwards, rotate a wing back, rotate a center midfielder, and kind of keep it status quo with the whole idea of we got to win the game. And depending upon how the game goes, like we do pretty much every game, make decisions based on that. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, got to win Friday to get to Sunday.
When you're potentially facing 2 great teams and that quick a turnaround, just how important is playing a regular season in a league like the ACC to have that experience going into this?
Yeah, and you feel this every year. Last week, when you start going into the NCAA tournament, and that the last, whatever it is, 8 weeks of your life has prepared you for what's ahead. And, those 13 games with the ACC tournament prepared us for the Samford game. And we like to think that those 13 games are preparing us for what Vanderbilt will bring to us on Friday night. They'll present different challenges, right? And it'll be a very difficult game. Darren's been there a long time. He does a great job. But then even on the other half of the bracket, you know, we saw TCU in preseason, very good team. They won the regular season in the Big 12, and Erica is a national championship coach at Penn State. So got a lot of good teams coming in here this weekend.